Yogam Janmadata Asamsam Samatram Mam Yatha Kesa Dekakshino. Mr. Justice Swami, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I thank you very much for your kindly coming here and participating in the Krishna consciousness movement. As I have already explained last night, that originally we are all Krishna conscious. Just like each and every one of us is conscious of our Father. Everyone knows I am the son of such and such gentleman. Similarly, originally we were all Krishna conscious. Originally. Because Krishna said that Mama Ivamu, all the living entities, they are my part and parcel. In another place, Krishna says, Aham Vijapyapta Sarvajoni Shukonti. All these forms of living entities that are manifest, they are all sons of the Supreme Power, Krishna. In other religion, just like Christian religion, they accept the Supreme Father, oh Father, give us our daily bread, they pray in the church. But they do not know the name of the Father. That is the difference. But one who is Krishna conscious, he knows what is the name of his original Father, what does he do, where he lives, what is his personal feature, what is his pastime, everything. Therefore Krishna says here, Aham Sam Samabrahman Jatha Jasa Pitapsi. Everyone is anxious to know, at least intelligent man, what is God, what is our relationship with him, how he looks, where he lives. These are naturally inquisitiveness of any sane man. So here in the Bhagavad Gītā, the personality of God himself speaks about himself. We have to simply accept it, that's all. We haven't got to make any research. Where is God? What is God? Where does he live? What does he do? Here is everything. So, unfortunately, God is canvassing himself personally, and still we are unaware of it. Why? Because there is one verse in this Chaitanya Charitamrita, here two honorable justices are present, and I can recite that verse. It is in Bengali. It is said that Chaitanya Dayara Katha Paroh Bija. The author is placing the quality of mercy as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the judgment of the public. Chaitanya Dayara Katha Paroh Bija. It is not something we have accepted blindly as faith. No. It is a fact. It is a sign. It is an authority. Therefore, we place before the justices for judgment. চৈতন্যের দয়ার কথা করহ বিচার, বিচার করিলে চিত্তে পাবে চমৎকার। If you wait for the judgment, then when you hear the judgment, you find a great ecstasy within yourself. This is Krishna consciousness. If you kindly try to understand the Krishna consciousness moment with cool head, I mean say, right judgment, you will find ecstasy. Otherwise, Krishna, to understand Krishna is very difficult. Krishna says himself, Manusyanam sahasreshu kachit jadati siddhaye jadatamati siddhyanam kachit mama vitti tattva. To understand Krishna is not very easy task. Krishna says, Manusyanam sahasreshu, out of millions and millions persons, Kachit, someone may try to make his life successful, human life. Kachit jadati siddhaya, this human form of life, is specially meant for God realization, not for any other business. But people do not try for it. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Nayam deha deho bhajan viloke kaskad kaman arhati vilujan. We should not, especially this human form of body. There are 8,400,000 forms of body. Cats, dogs, trees, plants, insects, so many. So, this form of life, human form of life, it is warned that wherever they are, niroke, which we have got in the human society, Nayam deha, deho bhajan viloke, kaskana kaman arhati vilujan. Kaskana, man, we have to satisfy the necessities of our body. That's a fact. Ahara vidya bhayamavitmata. These are the necessities of the body. So, we have to satisfy them, that's a fact. But not with great difficulty. Kaskana kama. Kaskana kama means, kama means the demands of the body. But we should not take up a civilization which teaches to fulfill the necessities of our life with great labor. Because that kind of civilization is existing among the hogs and dogs. They are working whole day and night. So, perfection of human life is not increase our industrial enterprise or economic development or so many things we are now planning. The perfection of human life is to understand Krishna, to understand God. If you have got any objection to speak Krishna as the name of God, you may have, but actually if there can be any name of God, that is Krishna. Krishna means all attract. All attract. That is defined in the Shastra. So, Krishna, when you are present as a historical person, Krishna is also a historical person because 5,000 years ago he appeared on this planet and he took his birth in Mathura and he was raised as a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. Then he went to Dwarka. In this way his life is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, comes here. Jara-jara-hi dharma-sabdhani bhavati. That's a fact. He comes in one day of Brahma after millions of years. These are described in this Shastra. But unfortunately, although Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, explains himself, we unfortunate creatures, we take him as an ordinary person. Avajananti manamura, manashintanuma. That we should know. That is taught by Krishna himself in the form of Lord Chaitanya. He has given such a nice program that although it is very difficult to understand Krishna, as Krishna says himself, Manusyanam sahasreshu paschit jadati siddhaya jadatamam idhyanam posthi mam vedvitam. To understand Krishna as a historical person, that he took his birth in the family of Jaduvansa, Jadu dynasty, and then he was carried to his foster father, Nanda Maharaj, and he was raised there. This is also one understanding. But the understanding of him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very difficult. Is very difficult. So, by the grace of Lord Chaitanya, we not different from Krishna. The Rupa Goswami detected this fact. When Rupa Goswami first met Lord Chaitanya at prayer, he offered his obeisances in this way. Namo Mahapadarnaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaurati Srila. He rejected, my dear Lord, you are Krishna himself. Now you have taken the form in the disguise of Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. You are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Your mission is to distribute Krishna prema. Krishna prema. Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission was to distribute Krishna prema. Prema Kumar Maha. He distributed love of God. How to love God. And that is the high question. What is said here in the Bhagavad Gītā, Manusyanam sahasreshu paschit jadati siddhaya. Siddha means how to attain the perfection of life. The perfection of life is not dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is described in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavad. Dharma pojita atra poindam. Dharma pojita poindam atra parama nirmasarana. In the beginning, introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam, the author Vasudev said that all kinds of poindam, Srila Swami has commented upon it. Palani Sandhi Rupa. Any religion which is seeking after some result of action. Generally, we perform religion, dharma also. We perform religion for getting some economic benefit outcome. And why also is required? For kama, dharma also kama. For satisfying our self-gratification, we require money. And generally we perform religious rites, ritualistic ceremonies, yoga, dharma, for getting some economic development. Dharma also is required, money is required for fulfilling our self-gratification. And when we are baffled in gratifying our senses, because here the whole struggle is going on. Everyone is trying to be the law of all and salvation. So there is battle, there is confusion sometimes. At that time they want moksha, release from this struggle for existence. But Srimad Bhagavatam says that in the Srimad Bhagavatam these four things are rejected. Dharma, prodhita, vaitavaya. Srila Swami has commented that moksha vācha pañchantam nirastam. Then what it is for? It is for simply developing your lost consciousness, Krishna consciousness. That is Srila Prabhupada. Because originally we are Krishna conscious. Because we are all sons of Krishna or part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, Krishna and our relationship cannot be eliminated. It is eternal. But that at the present moment we have forgotten. That is our present position, Maya. By the pressure of Maya, we have forgotten our relationship. That is also explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna bhuliya jivi bhogavansha kore. Pasete maya kare japotiya dhore. When we forget, when you become other than Krishna conscious, at that time Maya captures. That is Maya. Forgetful of Krishna means Maya. Forgetting Krishna and trying to become here a big businessman, big minister, big this, that, and so many things. Ultimately I try to become God. When I fail in all these things, then I try to become God. So all these things are Maya. Krishna bhuliya ji bhogavansha kare. Pasete maya kare japotiya. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual constitutional position of living entity is Jiver Sarup or Nitya Krishna Dham. A living entity is eternally servant of Krishna. Part and parcel. Just like this finger is the part and parcel of your body. What is the business of this finger? It is supposed to serve thee. Serve this body always. I want. With the finger is coming. Moving. So that is the part and parcel means to serve the whole. That is also explained in this Bhagavad, that the Brahmin is the facial part of the universal form of the Lord. The Kshatriya is the arm of the universal form. The Vaishya are the belly of the universal form of the Lord. And the Sudra, they are the leg of the universal form of the Lord. So, the leg, the head may be a very important part of the body, but you cannot neglect the legs. If you want to keep the body in fitness, then the brain must work nicely, the hand must work nicely, the belly must work nicely, and the legs also must. So actually, classless society means when these Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they work for Krishna, that is classless. That is Krishna. The ideal of classless society can be achieved when people become Krishna conscious. It is so important moment. Therefore I was speaking that the matter is placed before true justice. Just try to understand. And for the benefit of the society, for the human society, for the human being, this Krishna consciousness movement must be very seriously taken up and given. That is my question. Krishna reality is both here. Either you become this party or that party. The real purpose of forming party is to enjoy. I may bluff the people that I have given this thing, that thing. But actually I want some or other, the post, and I either you become communist, socialist, or capitalist, or this is or that. The real disease is Bhagavad. How I shall enjoy this world? That is the real disease. So you can change from one party to another, but the real disease is there. The real disease can be cured here by Krishna consciousness movement. I am eternal servant of Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna says, Bhoktaram Jagdutavatam Sarvadhuru Maheshwaram Sridam Sarvabhutanam Yanta Mam Shanti. Actually, if the world wants peace and prosperity, tranquility, they must have to take this Krishna path. Otherwise there is no problem. Krishna, it took him no. He is actually the provider. No land belongs to me or you. It is artificial. Just like I say to my American students, 200 years ago, the American land was there. Somebody was claiming America is off. Now, immigration from Europe. Now they are captured. They are thinking it is our turn. But actually, no land belongs to me or you. Everything belongs to Krishna or God. Ishala Sumidam Sarvam Jatinjam. Everything is God's property. We have got right to use the God property because we are sons. But Tena Taptena Bhumita. Whatever He allows you, you can take them. Don't take those as another property. This is Krishna consciousness. That you should always understand that Krishna is the real Bhokta or enjoyer. Krishna is the provider of all the lokas. Krishna is the real friend of everyone. We are seeking friendship. But so many persons improve our material condition. But we do not know the real friend is within everyone. Ishvara Sarvabhutana Viddesha Arjuna Tishtati. The real friend is living in everyone's heart. Krishna. And if you take center of it, center of it means simply hear about it. Srila Prabhupada Krishna, Purna Savana gītā, Ridanda Savadrani, Vidhunati Suhistabha. If you simply hear about Krishna, just like you are kindly hearing now, then gradually the dark things within your heart will be clean. That this thing has been offered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has introduced the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. That is not whimsically, that is according to Shastra. In the Brihad Naradiya Purana, it is said, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Karo nasteva, 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 nasteva. If anyone wants God realization, then he must take to this process of chanting. Gītā Sada. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, it is named by Sudeva Goswami, when he was teaching Maharaj Parikshit about the symptoms of this Kali Yuga. There are many symptoms described, but as you know, in the 12th canto, second, third chapter, the different types of faulty condition of this Yuga are mentioned there. For example, there is the statement, Chikarameva Hinduvai. In this Kali Yuga, simply by agreement, the marriage ceremony will be performed. That is actually happening, especially in European countries. Laranam Kesha Dharanam. In the Kali Yuga, just see how 5,000 years they predicted that happening now. Laranam Kesha Dharanam. Each one keeps long hair when he thinks that I have become very beautiful. So this thing has been answered. Has practically begun in European and American countries. The boys are keeping long hair. They are known as hair. Laranam Kesha Dharanam. So there are so many symptoms, everything. Now we have to wait for the last symptom when there will be no milk, no sugar, and no grain. That day we shall have. The policy is so clear. But see, Sukadeva Goswami said, Quickly, Maharaj. Kalam dosu vidhira. Yasti ego mahan. My dear king, although I have described so many positive things in this day, there is one great benefit. Kalam dosu vidhira. Yasti ego mahan. What is that? Gītā Krishnasya mukta sangha parambrajati. Simply by chanting Krishna, Gītā Krishnasya, especially. It is mentioned Gītā Krishnasya now. Not that as he says something, any now he can do. No. Krishna's in another place also it is stated. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Bhagasevanam Archalam Bhavanam Dasam Brahmam Mahadavivanam. These are the 9 different types of introducing devotional service. So Krishna, Vishnu, the repaid also says, Om Tada Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Sundara. So the chanting means not that any name I suggest I can chant, no. Chanting means Kirtanadeva Krishna. Savanam Kirtanam Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So this prescription has been given by Lord Chaitanya. He has described Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirita Chedadarpanamarjanam Avamahadavadi Vipapanam Sriya Pairava Chandrika Vidanava Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandamudi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Aswadanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirita. So, my appeal is to you, and especially the two justices there. Please, try to understand, serious, gītā, not that whimsical, to accept by sentiment. No. Gītā means Shastra Vita. We have to accept the basic operation. What the basic injunction is there? The basic injunction is Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, so that is basic injunction. It's like from law book, when the evidence before the justice, it is accepted. Law, there is in the law. Similarly, whenever there is difference in the basic literature, we have that. And practically, we have seen people who did not know the name of Krishna 3-4 years ago, they are mad at in Europe and America. This is a practical fact. Therefore, through the grace of Lord Chaitanya, through the method given by Lord Chaitanya, if we approach Krishna, it becomes very easy. That was detected by the Goswami. No Mahavadarnaya, Krishna Prema Pradaya. Krishna Prema, Krishna. To understand Krishna is very difficult. Krishna himself. Manusanam Bhakti Doshita Doshita Jagatam Siddhara Doshita Deviman Tattva. So one does not understand what is Krishna. Then what to speak of loving Krishna? If you don't understand somebody, how he loves you? But through the method given by Lord Chaitanya, to be accepted, it becomes so easy that even Mlecchas and Javana who never heard of Krishna, they are dancing in ecstasy for Krishna. So, if we actually want that siddhi, Manusanam Shastra is completion and perfection of life, we must take to this Krishna consciousness moment. Which teaches how to surrender unto Krishna. If we surrender because forgetting Krishna, we are under the classes of Maya. Now if we surrender, Krishna says, Sarvanam Paritajamane Kam Saranam Aham Pasavapapi Bhamo Krishna Sadhu Mananadamama Bhakta Madhyajmanamastu. These are the statements. Maya Vilaparadam De Maya Vinam. You have been captured by Maya, you have forgotten Krishna. Just try to surrender unto me. This is the teaching of our system. And they are accepting the Western outside because they have no hotspot in their mind. Today, They are clean. So I have said that Krishna Guru Bhagavan Dharam. That, and they will be written. Chant Krishna's name. Krishna's name not different. There is no difference. Krishna is absolute. Krishna's name, Krishna's quality, Krishna's form, Krishna's influence, they're all these things. Anything in relationship with Krishna is Krishna. That is absolute knowledge. So, it has become easier for them because they are accepted as they are stated in this Shastra. If we neglect this Shastra Vidhi, the Shastra Vidhi must be Bhakti Kamata. No anything about it. So, we think at the present moment that we are manufacturing our own perfection. This should stop. You take as it is stated in the Shastra. Krishna said that I am the supreme. Bhakta Parakara Nanda is the supreme. We accept Krishna as the supreme. I am Sarvasya Prabhupada. I am the origin of everything. Vedanta Sitra says, Dharma is the Lord. So why don't you accept? Why you comment in the divine way? No. Why you comment like this? When Krishna says, Mamana Bhagavat Bhakta Madhyadi, oh, it is not to Krishna. It is something within Krishna. When Krishna is not divided in that way, something within or something without. He is absolute. We are divided within our soul, outside of this material body. But not Krishna. Therefore Krishna says, one who thinks with him as ordinary human being is a mudha. Because I appear as a human being, mudha, those who understand, they think we as ordinary human beings. No, Param Bhava. He does not know what is immense power behind it. That's Krishna's soul. Krishna when he was present. When you are 7 years old, he did that the governor did. We have to accept that. Not that we make some comment upon it. Because we think Krishna is ordinary for 1,000 years old boy can live. But we forget that it's Krishna. If Krishna can throw so many innumerable planets in the sky, floating just like walking swap, it is very difficult for Krishna to live there. A mountain. But we do not accept Krishna as God. That is it. We do not accept Krishna as God. We accept Krishna as ordinary human being. Therefore we are Mura. Avjanti man Mura man Sintanuman. Naman Sintanam Mura. Again, the same thing Mura. Naman Sintanam Mura Pavadante Narata. He has been very strong because he is his father. And his father can describe his son using very strong words. Similarly, he is the original father. Therefore, he is glad to chastise. Namam Vishkitanam Mura Pavadante Narata. Maya Pavadantena. Asuri Bhava Sita. Because they are taken to the Asuri Bhava. Asuri Bhava means, Sripad Ramanujan explained. The Asuri Bhava means disobedience to the order of God. That is Asuri. And Devata means obedience to the order of God. There are two kinds of men. Deva Deva. Vishnu Bhakta Bhadev Deva Asura Vibhajan. Simply, one who carries out the order of Krishna, he is Devata. And who does not carry out the order of Krishna, he is Asura. This is how explained in the Bhagavad Gītā very nicely. So our only request is that Krishna consciousness movement, that originally we are all Krishna conscious. Just like the water, when it falls down from the cloud, it is distilled, clear water. But as soon as it touches the earth, it becomes muddy. Similarly, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are all as pure as Krishna. Krishna is accepted in the Bhagavad Gītā by the statement of Arjuna, Para Brahma, Parama Kama, Ovikram Paramam Bhava. Krishna is Param Pavitra, pure, the purest of our wisdom. So we being part and parcel of Krishna, we are also Param Pavitra. But due to the material contact of these three modes of nature, we have become polluted. With that, the same way, as what of war. So, how we have fallen down? Why we have come to this material world? How we can revive our again Krishna consciousness? We are the subject matter of this Krishna consciousness movement. We are keen to try to understand this movement, enjoy with full heart, and do some welfare activity to the human society. Thank you very much.